Good day, smart mathematicians. Let's do question 211. The function p of x is equal to k to the power x plus q is described by the following properties. K is greater than 1, x-intercept at 2, 0, and the horizontal asymptote at y is equal to -9. Write down the range of p of x. We have to understand the shapes of exponential functions. Let's just discuss the shapes of exponential functions. Let's say we have our general equation. Let me use f of x is equal to a times b to the power x plus q. B is the base, a is the coefficient. So b is like our k here, where k is the base and b is also the base there. For p of x, our a is 1. The coefficient of the power there is 1. We have 4 different shapes for exponential functions depending on the value of a and b. So let me ignore the q for now and then concentrate on a and b. Right, let's say we have, for example, f of x is equal to 3 times 2 to the power x. If a is greater than 0 and b is greater than 1, what type of a shape do we have? We have an exponential function which is increasing like this. That's increasing. Let's say the asymptote here is y is equal to 0. So it means our range will be y greater than 0. So it's y greater than what? Greater than the asymptote. The graph is above the asymptote. We can have a situation where, let's call it g of x. G of x is equal to -3, then 2 to the power x. If a is less than 0 and then b is greater than 1, like in this case, our a is -3, then b is 2. So if you check, g of x is a reflection of f of x about the x-axis. So g of x is going to be shaped like this. It's a decreasing graph. And then the asymptote will be, like say y is equal to 0 is the asymptote, meaning that the range is going to be y less than 0. The graph is below the asymptote. Then third situation, let's say our base is between 0 and 1. Let's say we have h of x is equal to 3, ca is positive, and then our base is 1 over 2 to the power x. Please take note, this is just the same as 3 times 2 to the power -x. So now we have replaced x in f of x by -x. And then remember that if we have f of x becoming f of -x, what type of reflection is that? That's reflection about the y-axis. So it means h of x is actually a reflection of f of x about the y-axis. So we are reflecting this one about the y-axis. If a is greater than 0 and then b is greater than 0 but less than 1, the graph is going to be, is a reflection of this one, of this graph about the y-axis. So it's going to be shaped like this. It's a decreasing graph, but it is above the asymptote. So y is equal to 0, so meaning that the range is y greater than 0. And then the last one, let's call it m of x. M of x is equal to -3 and then 1 over 2 x. If you check h of x and m of x, you will see that m of x is actually negative h of x. You see, so it means m of x is reflection of h of x about the x-axis. So it means if a is less than 0 and then b is greater than 0 but less than 1, then the graph is going to be shaped like this. It's an increasing graph. So y is equal to 0. So it means the range is y less than 0 because the graph is below the asymptote. Let's go back to our question. So k is greater than 1, and then our a is also positive. So it means we have this situation here where a is positive and the base is also greater than 1. So it means the graph for p of x will be shaped like this. And then the asymptote is y is equal to -9, meaning that the range, the graph is above -9. So it means the range is y is greater than -9. That's the answer. The range is y is greater than -9.